Hey, everybody! In this video, I will show you the top 10 website design best practices. While making the website, what you should keep in mind is to make your website super clean and attractive for users. The first thing on our list is easy navigation. As an example, I have an Adriatic luxury hotel website. A good website is easy for people to use. It has a main menu that clearly shows what you'll find when you click on pages like dining, special offers, and stories. These menu labels should be easy to understand, simple, and related to your website. They should also use clear and readable fonts on a simple background. Next, in our list, we have text minimization. The best example of this type is Slack.com. Big blocks of text can be boring to read on screens, especially on tablets or phones. When people visit a website, they usually have a goal like finding information or a product. They don't want to read a lot. They just want the basic information to accomplish their goal. At the third number, we have a consistent color scheme. A consistent color scheme is part of any strong visual brand identity. You should use at least a few colors and avoid using too many colors. Stick to using these colors consistently. Think about really big brands that always use the same colors, like Coca-Cola with red and white, Walmart with blue and yellow, McDonald's with golden arches on red, Starbucks with green and white. The next thing on our list is white space. Having the right colors is important for a website, but having some empty space is just as important. This empty space, called white space, stops a website from looking too crowded. Look at the Squarespace website for a good example. They use white space well. This empty space makes things look neat and balanced and helps you read the words easily. For instance, having white space around a button like Get Started makes it stand out, and hopefully, people will click on it. Texture is the next important thing on our list. A website is usually on a flat screen, but designers can make it seem like you can touch it using visual texture. It's like adding a 3D look to the page. The perfect example of this type of site is the Linda Gardner website. Instead of just one color, the background has a bit of a pattern, like a painted wall. This gives a textured feel, especially with the signs and decorations on the page. That's why it looks so interesting. Next on our list is image and visuals. Pictures are really important on websites. They make the page look nice and help people understand things better. A good example of this type of site is the Toggle.com site. Some folks like looking at pictures more than reading words. Also, visuals make a website more fun and not boring. There are lots of ways to use pictures on a website, like photos, charts, funny memes, short videos, screenshots, and moving pictures. It's good to have different kinds of pictures so the website stays cool and doesn't get dull. The next thing you can do on your site is dynamic content. Dynamic content means that the content on a website changes based on what the user does. Booking.com is a good example of dynamic content. A landing page can look different depending on where the user is, like in the EU or the US. This makes browsing more personal and user-friendly, giving a better experience. This kind of content helps get more people to buy things. For example, an online store can suggest things to a user based on what they looked at or bought before. Making dynamic content needs both good web development and design to work well. Next on our list is powerful CTAs. Your website should focus on one main action you want visitors to take. This could be buying something, trying a free trial, or learning more about your products. The message encouraging these actions is called a CTA, and it usually says things like shop now or get started. Nintendo's website is a good example of a powerful CTA. Different pages on your website might have different CTAs depending on what you want people to do. When you have a CTA, make it noticeable. Use colors, fonts, and images that make it stand out from the rest of the page. This way, people can easily see it and take the action you want them to. The next thing on our list is SEO. Search engine optimization, SEO, is really important when you're creating a website. Good SEO helps people find your site easily on the internet, and it makes your site show up higher when people search on Google. To have good SEO, You need to think about how you name your pages, the titles you give to pictures, and what you write on the page. Shutterfly does a great job with SEO-friendly design. Look at their desktop site for a good example. It's not just about making your site work well on computers but also mobile phones. If your site isn't easy to use on mobile, it can affect how well it shows up on Google. A good website follows the best practices mentioned earlier to guide the user through the site. In our list, the last thing is storytelling. Storytelling can play a role in this journey, making the visitor interested and leading them to the final goal. Zillow's website is a perfect example of storytelling. The picture shows a woman standing outside her home, enjoying tea, and it tells a story of her happiness after buying a new home. It means you can use this website to both buy and sell homes. People like stories, and using storytelling on a website can keep visitors interested. You don't have to write long stories, even pictures can tell a story. If you're curious about 8 different website layouts and want to become an expert at choosing the best one for your site, check out this video. If you're just beginning to learn about web development, you should check out this video. See you in the next one.